In this video, I'll give you a complete itinerary for 1, 2 or 3 days in the city of Porto. What are the main tours, which itinerary, what to see one day, what to see the next, what's worth seeing and what's not, tips on where to buy everything, tickets, the cheapest hotels we've stayed in for you, the travel chip, the travel insurance that's mandatory, all the tips you need to have your trip complete, organize it and almost ready to visit the city of Porto and many others in Portugal, guys. So don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel and buckle up, let's go! Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, the largest travel content network in the world. And today we're gonna talk about the itineraries for Porto, the city of Porto, which is one of the most incredible cities in Portugal, after Lisbon, which is my favorite, and that of most tourists. It's a very nice city to visit, but I don't think you need to spend as many days in Porto as you do in Lisbon. In Lisbon you need 4 or 5 days because there's so much to do, and there are several round trips you can take from Lisbon to Sintra, Cascais, even Fátima, so Lisbon requires more days. I've just made a video on itineraries from 1 to 7 days in Lisbon, so if you're planning to go there, watch it because it's very good. But this one, we're gonna focus now on 3 full days, or 1, 2, 3 days in the city of Porto, which is close to Lisbon. For those who don't know, it's 2.4 hours with 3 hours by train. You can easily get from one city to the other, guys. It's really very easy. So starting our 2 or 3 days itinerary in Porto, what should you do there? Ideally, you should start in the Ribeira area. This is the most touristic and historic area in the region. It used to be a fisherman area, and then it started to have lots of restaurants, lots of stores, so it's a very intense tourist area. It's a very popular area both by day and by night. At night it's a bit hectic, okay? You can take a very nice boat trip along the river Douro. This is a tour to do on the first day. It's very nice, it's not expensive. Check out the tickets website here. You see that's easy to do and it's very beautiful. You get the whole view of the river and the city, and I think it's well worth including on your first day. And the great thing is that if you take this tour of the Douro River, you get to the other part, which is Vila Nova de Gaia, which is where the famous port wine cellars are located. There are several places with wine tasting, so my tip, guys, have lunch before you go, because there you do a lot of wine tasting. There are cheeses, there are some things to taste, but I think it's good to go well fed and enjoy the tastings, which is a very touristy tour of Porto, and you finish off in a restaurant. On the second day, I think you should focus on the historic part of Porto, the most touristic part. It's a very rich region, full of monuments and churches. You have a lot of culture and history to see there. There's the tour of Terreiro da Sé, which, as the name suggests, is where the Sé, Porto's cathedral, is very famous. It's home to one of Portugal's oldest monuments. You can continue there to the Almeida Garrett Square, which is also very nice. It's where the São Bento train station is located, known for its tiled interior. This tour, guys, you have to do it. This station, the interior with the tiles, the moment you see, you will recognize the tiles. It's very historic, it's worth doing, and next to it, walking there, is Praça da Liberdade. That's where there's also the monument to Dom Pedro IV with his horse, which is very cool, which in Brazil would be our Dom Pedro I. So there is this difference, but it's a very nice to see the statue, and then you can stroll along Avenida dos Aliados, which is one of the city's most famous avenues. At Christmas, it's all decorated. It's one of the most beautiful avenues in Porto. It's worth a stroll both day and night. In there, try to find the restaurants. All the food is good. There are Tascas, which they call bars. You know, it looks very humble from the outside, very simple, but the food is delicious, so it's definitely worth a try. We had several good experiences there, and the food and wine are very cheap. If you like wine, guys, we had a lot. At every meal we ordered a bottle of wine. It was almost, we paid 4 euros for the house wine, as they call it, which is the cheapest. There are very good wines for $10. $10, I'm using US dollars here, for 10 euros, 12 euros. So it's very nice, you can eat very well, and for a good price. Compare that to the rest of Europe. It's very, very cheap. And to finish off the day, I think it's nice to go up to the Clérigos Tower, which is very famous, but there are 250 steps, but the view is 360 degrees from up there. The view of the city is incredible, it's very beautiful, and you can also check out the Lello Bookshop, which is a very famous bookshop, very historic in the center of the city. Everyone goes there. I think it's worth going in there too, and there are more things to do. If you want to add more days in Porto, you can, but I think 2 full days is fine. If you can add half the next day so you can take the bus to another city, it's because I think there are other cities that are more different with cooler and more interesting things to discover that you can use there to use other days. And guys, any questions you may have, just let me know and I'll try to help, right? It's just that there's a huge volume of messages, but I'm making an effort here. I really like to help and I'm doing my best to answer everyone. Whoever wants to, and it's even quicker than here on YouTube, add me on Instagram at Lorenzi and then send me a direct message and I'll try to respond even faster there. The dynamics are a little faster, I can send an audio, I can respond faster, and take the opportunity to follow me there to see all the trips we make, the life here in the United States. Speaking of which, guys, we're doing a project, it's really cool, new channel we've made about our family called Família Lorenzi. If you can, watch it, like it, subscribe there, it's really cool. We're showing our life here in the United States because we moved to Orlando with our 2 daughters, me, Lee, and Clarinha and Laurinha, and we showed the Disney parks because we live 15 minutes from the parks, the amusement parks, the beaches, the cities, the whole world, because we keep traveling all over the place, so it's very cool content. If you like it, subscribe and watch it, follow us there, I think you're gonna like it, guys. And guys, speaking of here and offering all the tips for you to plan everything, rest assured that's much easier. Down here in the description of the video, I've left a link where we've created a page with all the links to all the websites we use to plan all our trips. Below you'll find a link to all the websites and all the tips you need to organize your trip to Portugal. And then there are the hotels we stayed in Lisbon, the hotel we stayed in the first time. I've left it here, it's super cheap. You can do everything on foot, it's right in the heart of Lisbon, it's sensational. There's another one that's also very good. There is also an internet chip and travel insurance, which is mandatory in Europe. We have an insurance comparator that we found to be incredible. It finds insurance at half the price of the insurance companies themselves. There's the car rental shop, the site for buying trains. To get around all these regions of Europe, you have to take the train. There's no way, only Lisbon and Porto are very long distances. There's also the ferry site, the ticket website, you name it. There are all the excursions and tours you can do at the best price, good service. It will be in your currency, in several currencies from around the world, so you don't pay IOF. So take a look below, use it because it's got everything right. There's a global digital account now, which is the best way to take money to Europe and all over the world. You save more than 10% compared to buying currency the traditional way. Take a look, it's all organized. Use the link to plan your trip. The discounts are already included automatically, so save this page and log in later on your computer calmly. Do your research, look at everything and compare it with other places. You see that the prices are really unbeatable. You'll be able to plan everything easy, quickly, and as cheaply as possible. And the third day in Porto would include a round trip. There are several nice excursions near Porto that you can take to the city and back. Take a look at the main ones on the website. You can see that you can go to Fátima, going to and from Fátima, which is a beautiful city for those who are religious and want to know the history or already know the history. But if you want to see this iconic place in the world, Our Lady of Fátima, it's well worth it. So I'd leave the third day to go back and forth to another city, or if you want to stay in Porto to enjoy the cuisine and restaurants, walk around the streets, see what you like the best on the other days. In the end, it's all up to you. There are lots of things to do. You can do very quick round trips to other city, or you can enjoy an extra day. And down here, guys, don't forget the link to the page we made exclusively for you to organize the whole trip. Save it or send it to your email, use it on your computer, because by following it, you'll be able to plan your entire trip, hiring everything from the best and cheapest places, compare, use, and you use. The discounts are already included. These are very aggressive prices to try and help you organize your trip in the best possible way and with the best price possible. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel, because it really helps us a lot to produce more and more content and grow the channel in a much stronger way. And here on the side, I'll leave the 2 other super important and unmissable videos for you to continue planning your trip to Portugal, guys. So thank you very much and have nice trips.